Turns out that the entirety of the rest of the audio for this session is utterly corrupted. Yay! So I'm now going to have to sit here for like the next... how much footage have I got? Like an hour or so? I did a lot of recording before I left. So I'm going to have to sit here for like the next hour at least. Possibly longer, depending on how many parts I chop this up into and whatnot, and how much editing I do in the meanwhile. So, well, for an hour worth of footage and then probably an hour and a half to 2 hours of editing. So yeah, like, a good chunk of my day is now going to be taken up stripping out the old voice commentary that is corrupted and messed up, and basically redoing it. Now, thankfully, no corruption that I can detect to the video files, which that would truly piss me off, because then I have to like rebuild the entire character and just redo the section of the game all over again. Plus all of the stuff leading up to it. Yep, Sigward don't give no shits. I'm just gonna stand there and watch these guys beat the crap out of me without a care in the world. I know the guy gets easily distracted, but come on. I do love the fact that like the back of the elevator shaft here is hey, leave my buddy alone. It's like right on the edge of their aggro zone. So like they keep backing off trying to go back to their spawn point. But I'm still just about close enough, and of course I'm blatantly in visual range. So they keep trying to run up and attack me. But the moment they stop attacking, the script says go back to aggro. Well, go back to spawn. So they start trying to back off, then they spot me again and they start rushing up to try and attack me, and la 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 la. Ah, FromSoft. I might be better off just going down into the basement, just to get rid of him if nothing else. Roar, you're very angry, I know. I know. It's okay, buddy. I got you. Oh, I could have gone up. Bugger. Didn't realize I'd done that. Do you stop trying to attack Sigward? Jackass. Yeah, I didn't realize I'd sent the lift down already. Wait, did I? I didn't send the lift down already, did I? He came up on it. Oh, whatever. Point being that, yes, you're very, very angry, I know. Curiously, you can't seem to step into the lift shaft, actually. That's weird. Enemies usually don't have that kind of handicap, for want of a better word. Most peculiar. Most peculiar indeed. Let's see if my giant buddy's up. In fact, I might kill him, actually. Just to see what he drops, if nothing else.
Who are you?
I've never done that before.
I help anytime.
Wait, did I kill him on this character or did I kill him on the pirate build? Oh, I killed him on the pirate build. Yeah, okay. And he drops, I want to say the Hawk Ring. I'm pretty sure it's the Hawk Ring. Which has more or less the exact same description as it did from Dark Souls 1. Just with, you know, the name Goth basically removed, I think. But you know, in the future, people tend to forget names quite often in the Souls universe. Let's hope it was this way I need to go. Yep, there it is. Okay, I missed the platform entirely. Yeah, not sure what that was about. What? You're still there? Jesus, you're... I was going to say I hope I actually beat the crap out of you just for hanging around. You freak. Get a clue. Rawr! Rawr! This ain't Yarnum, son. Put that sword down. That's a little better. Interestingly enough, I did find out that originally you were supposed to be able to get their armor set as well. Now I know why I came down. I want to talk to, Goggle, bro.
Those unkindled, are you? All you faceless undead, behaving as if you deserve respect.
I know. Entitled zombie fucks.
Heed my words. If you've any sense, you go find a coffin to huddle up inside.
That's racist.
You here, in this land of hollows. You're like a frail maiden on the front lines. If like
What, likely to be protected by everybody?
Fool enough to play the
That sounds good to me.
Then go on ahead. Traipse right past the abandoned church. You'll face death. And it won't be pretty.
It never is in this
Enough
world.
death to leave you broken.
Well, unless you're getting killed by Priscilla, of course.
Time after time.
Or maybe Gwendolyn. Don't judge. Did you just do a reference
It's
to
like
the
the others,
time
you
after
know.
time thing from Dark Souls 2? You better be wearing a red shawl under there. Yeah. He's letting us know there's an NPC we can eventually free in this general direction. She's behind a gate to his left, our right. We will get round to her eventually. I think actually no, I might not yet have the item. No, I need to. Okay. Basically, there is an item I need to first acquire that will allow me to purchase the key to an area of the game which will allow me to get round to where she is. It's not just time that's convoluted in Lordran. Getting from A to B is also very, very convoluted. It's like a world designed by George Trevor. It really is. What if medieval times were run by Sir Spencer? Up, down, left, right. Doggies! Damn pooches. Four-legged, flea-bitten, emaciated little shits. Ow! Ow! As I ran around the corner, I would have been mashing the attack button. And they still got the first attack off. I mean, it's not uncommon for dogs in this series to do that, but it's still annoying. Did I kill all of them already? Apparently I did. I could have sworn there were more of them than that. Unless I got the other one on the backswing and just didn't notice. It's more than possible, I gotta say. Now, can I knock you down here? Or better off just chucking firebombs at you? Cool. Yeah. It is weird, a lot of enemies seem to like, well, the bigger ones at least. When you try and knock them off ledges, they seem to get stuck on an invisible wall that holds them in place. I don't quite understand what that's about. Seems a bit cheap if you ask me. Not that anyone ever does. I've got like 10 grand of souls, my god. Ah yes, that. Now did I succumb to my own curiosities whether I could survive that drop? Because I'm pretty sure if I had like the spook spell, and I went right to the edge, I could definitely survive that. Okay, yeah, I did. I was curious as to if I unequipped everything, if I could survive the fall. Did I at least walk all the way to the end? No, I did not. Well, we answered that question for science. You cannot survive the fall. Oh, good job, me. Good job. It's what happens when you've played through the game once yourself. You start messing around. Just seeing what else you can get away with, basically. But I lost track of where my weapons were as well for a second. Better and better and better, right? My talisman? Because I didn't start using a crossbow yet, did I? In fact, did I use a crossbow at all on this character, or am I thinking of yet another build I've made? That's sort of how I keep myself amused in between recording sessions for LPs. If I'm playing a game I really like, I'll play like my own file separately. Wow, all those whiffs. You can see my blood stain back there on the side of the cliff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it also is also the downside. Because I've played through on so many different builds in my own time, I start to lose track of what I've done myself and what was done for the Let's Play. Like, I think the most confusing one is probably the Lucky Pirate build, 'cause that's what I'm using the most at the moment. That's a PvP dedicated build. In the Mound Makers. It's a lot of fun to use. Pump the luck stat, hollow infuse your weapons, apply some bleed and off you go. Be sure to chuck prism stones around and make a big show of having treasure available. Go plunder some booties, you know. Come on, just a little closer. My turn. It is weird seeing how I'm playing as this character and how I play as other builds. I mean, my preference is to just dodge roll everything and use multiple weapons. But this build is Well, he's not exactly sword and board, is he? He's more hammer and board, if anything, but... You can rough... Yep, there you go. I do love that no matter what the Souls game is, you can eventually get enemies to do that kind of stupid crap. Just fall off ledges. That will never stop being fun to me. If it does, I may as well just give up then. It's like one of the best... Wow, that was interesting. He managed to interrupt my attack even as it was connecting. Rip poise, right? I still don't understand why from disabled. Why you survived that. Interesting. So it's not actually a kill box, it's just I didn't have enough health to survive the drop. Okay. Interesting to know. But yeah, I still get why from disabled poise for player characters. It still works perfectly for your enemies, as I've probably already mentioned, but if you're a player character, you get jack shit, which seems a bit strange. Disable like an entire playstyle, basically. I don't know, perhaps poise doesn't play well with the remnants of the Bloodborne engine they're using. I don't know. It all seems a bit strange to me, what can I say? Then again, a lot of enemies have hyper armor in this game, so... Again, they did in Bloodborne. It's kind of the system they used. Oh, bollocks. Turns out, there isn't a ramp on that side. For science, the more you know. I should probably actually cut this, but... why not? It's a bit of comedy. I'm kind of enjoying just sitting back and imagining how utterly pissed off I was at this point. Why did a bunch of people suddenly lose health there? Oh, right, the dude who's throwing fire bombs into the explodey barrels up top. Right, okay. Not sure why he aggroed there, but he must have done. Yeah, I'm getting impatient, so I'm taking fall damage unnecessarily and such. Just to shorten the amount of time I spend between areas. Little light source to let you know this is the way you need to go. Which I was appreciating from games. Just hunt for... It was especially useful in the Nightmare Frontier in Bloodborne. That was the name of the place, right? With the amygdalas, the end of area boss. Yeah, although admittedly, in that case, I didn't even spot them until after I'd already done the area several times. Because they were those weird green, like, spooky lanterns instead of regular light sources. Held by the messengers. So I missed them entirely my first time around. I just navigated blindly, essentially. Yeah, well, such is life. Such is life. Mine. Wait, did I seriously just not pick up my soul? What was that about? Pick him up, you jackass. There we go. Ow! Yeah, he hurt me by kneeing me in the back as he ran. Which seems a bit unfair to me, but whatever. Later, loser. Okay. This time, roll to the left. There you go. Those reaction times, though. Those reaction times. Yeah, in case you're noticing it, the lighting mods that I'm using do mean that there are areas that are just going to sort of pop into existence. Because the game's having to render much more stuff at once.
Disappear like that, you had me downright worried.
Sorry about that, old boy.
Thanks to you, an epiphany has struck me square in the head.
Oh my.
I've unraveled the riddle of this inscrutable lift.
Do go on. Damn it all. Every time I try to do this, I end up doing the sit-down gesture just as they're finishing their bloody dialogue. Every goddamn time.
Some days I begin to doubt myself. I went up the tower, so I thought, then somehow ended up here. I'm not exactly sure what happened.
You
Anyhow,
silly old knight,
do you see that? That humongous beast? I'm no coward and I've a steady hand, but that thing makes my skin crawl.
What, that thing over there, that reskinned Taurus demon?
Twice before you go down that road.
I know. How dare I say it out loud? It's something we all know, we just don't talk about it. Yes, I know exactly what you are. I mean, it's not exactly a new thing in From games, of course. I mean, the Asylum, Stray, and Fire Stage, they were all essentially reskins of Vanguard, basically.
No!
So, well, same rigging, slightly different character model.
Well, it's too late now.
Essentially what this is, it is the Taurus with a different, well, the Taurus is rigging, more accurately, with a different, graphic applied over the top of it, for want of a better term. You're a lot angrier than I remember. Oh god. You spit the fire. Please don't do that. Very annoying. Oh, that jump attack. Not doing bad damage actually there, Sigurd. Not bad damage at all, in fact. I'm impressed. Despite myself. Bonk. What am I doing? Sort of 117 per swing? And he's doing 121. Damn, Sigurd is a beast, yo. Yeah, I really dislike that. The fact the game will do that. Huge swings to a ridiculous degree. Like I want... Ow. Interesting, he managed to get the tail swipe in there. That was activating while I was staying in front of him, actually. Interesting. Very interesting, I mostly mean annoying. I want to get you. Ow. You have a knockback. I completely forgotten you've got a knockback. Kabloom? Kabloom. Thankfully Sigurd is a sturdy man. Very sturdy. Bonk. If in doubt, smack him in the demon nuts. And a fire gem, which seems like an utterly ridiculous and crappy prize for that kind of a creature. That's like one of the weaker ones, actually, come to think of it too.
That was quite a performance. But you mustn't get in over your head. We
I try not to.
Unkindled must put our duties first.
Doesn't always work, but I try.
But, for the moment, we've a toast to make.
Siegbräu. And you're not going to continue your dialogue until I clear this prompt, are you, you little son of a bitch? Ah.
To your valor, my sword, and our victory together. Long may the sun shine.
Long may it shine indeed, tubby boy. And again, I know, every time I want to clear that dialogue, every goddamn time. Did I forget to get the sleep gesture from it? Apparently I did. Okay. Yeah, if you talk to him again after he goes to sleep, I think actually if you have to talk to him twice, it might be actually, rather than just the once. But do that and he'll give you the sleep gesture. Now that over there is some alluring skulls. I don't care about that because it's basically an ambush. Yep, there he is. Did I remember to pick up the pale tongue while I was here? In order to get Leonard to continue his quest line? I have a sneaking suspicion I did not. Probably have to do that off screen if I haven't done it already. Every goddamn time. Every goddamn time. I don't know if the enemies have instantaneous attacks in this game. I may have mentioned that before. Like, they can throw out an attack that basically starts up instantly and will knock you out of your animation regardless of what point you are in it. Like, your weapon could be just about to in fact, your weapon can be touching them. You can just not have activated the actual damage section of that interaction yet. You'll be knocked out instantly into your dagger animation by their zero startup lightning fast animation. So, yeah, it's not good. You sort of get away with that in Bloodborne because your character is ridiculously fast as well, but I don't think so much in a Souls game. Yeah. That's a massive ambush once again. The chest over there contains some human pine resin, which is a consumable dark buff for your characters in this game. Oh, I did? Okay. I honestly didn't know whether I bothered getting them down to go show it off. But apparently I did. Also another interesting thing in this game. The mechanic for notching the crossbow bolt and actually firing it are no longer part of the same animation. So in this case I'm pushing L1, I think? Or L2, one of the two. Probably L2 actually. And I push it once, my character knocks a bolt. Loads the crossbow basically. I push it a second time to actually fire. Whereas in the previous Souls games, pushing L2 would have played both animations one after the other. Yep, he's throwing poo at me. Although, it can't be because you're not getting a toxic builder. I'm not sure what he's throwing, just lumps of himself I guess. That should be all of them actually. Yeah, we're good. I think. Unless I just can't see the other ones. Now, do I bother removing the crossbow? I remove my shield. Why did I remove my shield? Probably to lower my equip burden, I imagine. Human pine resin. Ah, the dark boofs. All the dark boofs. I never actually found dark to be that useful of a buff in this game. I suppose at least it's not as bad as, was it, Dark 2, where applying abyssal damage, for want of a better term, would like rip straight through people's defenses in like PvP and such. Apparently I killed these two instead of running past them. Again, I probably ran past them on my pirate build, where I was just acquiring things, souls and levels and such. It would be interesting finding out whether these two actually attack the fire demon down below. Because the demons, they're often an interesting enemy class. They will interact with other enemy classes as enemies. If you go down into the tomb area later in the game, there's a section where you'll fight another fire demon like the one we just did. And I think you can get him to attack and aggro all the other enemy types in that area. Like, I know he will fight the skeletons if you get him to smack them. Also, there's a mimic in the area that will fight him if he attacks that. Well, I say attacks, if he damages it more accurately. Which I think is fascinating. I'm pretty sure the demons are the only enemy class in the game that do that sort of friendly fire, combative enemy types business. Which is a shame, because I really like that mechanic in games. Again, it's a perfectly legitimate strategy, just to convince enemies to fight each other on your behalf kind of thing. At least I think so anyhow. Yep, cheese strats from range. These ladies are no joke, you know. Much giggling as they do. Eventually I'll probably be doing much more damage if I'd upgraded this. Or better yet, actually had lightning bolts too. I'm going to need to invest in that, aren't I? Upgrading this and purchasing some lightning bolts to use with it. Since I'm actually going to be upgrading my faith stat and such. And my strength. Both of which contribute to the damage done by crossbows. I know, crossbows are actually, I'd say, fairly viable. At least to a certain degree anyway. They don't do massive damage, but then again I'm using a completely unupgraded one with standard bolts. In fact, they might not even be standard, they might be wooden bolts. Which do a percentage less damage than your standard crossbow bolts. Okay. Any goodies hidden under the stairs? No. Rather disappointingly. I know there is a large club downstairs and there's the Pale Tongue, which apparently I didn't get. Also the Northern Warriors set, which apparently I didn't get either by the look of it. Flynn's Ring, completely useless with my plans for this build, but yeah, Flynn's is only useful if you're doing extremely light builds, like little to no armor and like small weapons. But combine that with like Lloyd's Sword Ring, the Pontiff's Right Eye Ring, I think it is, stuff like that, and you can get some insane damage amounts, at least in terms of DPS anyhow. Homeward Bone, in case you mistakenly think this tower is inescapable. Or perhaps if you just don't have the health to make the upcoming drop, I suppose, that would work as well. Yeah, you need to drop that little platform down there. Chugonestus, just make sure my health is full. And just roll with it, I guess. No, apparently I didn't take my armor off first, interestingly. Ho 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 ho, like 2 points of health left. That's pretty insane. fire clutching I'm going to need for later for my plan for taking on the boss of this area. A ring depicting a hand grasping a red stone, blah blah blah. The old fables of Londor claim that this stone is, you know, basically bad shit. But then again, don't all the fables of all the places in the world of souls? Lucatiel's armor. Well, Mirror Knight armor. It's not specifically labelled as Lucatiel's at this point. It's not some bad fashion, that. Yeah, some pretty good fashion souls going on right there. I think so, anyhow. Again, it's not what I ultimately want, but it's alright. Like I say, whenever I do holy or, you know, paladin quote-unquote builds, I like to equip them with armor that has, like, pockets and satchels and such. The things that they would carry around, like rosaries and trinkets and herbs and other miscellaneous pieces. I like to get a bit of roleplay going on, you know? Because why not? Why not? Adds a bit of depth to your playthrough. At least I think so, anyhow. Just bring back at least a little bit of my health. Did I bother going? Yep, I did. Just curious whether I'd bother going for the full heal, considering there's more dropping and such to be done in a bit. But apparently I did. I'm kind of surprised with myself I didn't just homeward bone out of here. And, oh no, there was I think a Titanite shard near to this area that I need to pick up first. Well, not need, but I want to pick up first, more accurately. Then I probably left after that. Yep, there she goes. Horrible wench. Yeah, I see you. Not impressed at all, either. Ah, such poofy sleeves. Okay. Anytime you like, love. Not like I'm on a schedule or anything. There's always time for fashion souls, you know. So I don't like it that some of the gloves leave like gaps between your sleeves and the gloves. It just looks a bit... Well, not a bit, it is utterly rubbish looking, to be quite frank. I mean, I know some of the issues I'm having with the armor and such is because I chose a non-standard body type. And unlike previous Souls games, Souls 3 for some reason doesn't scale armor properly to your body type. It only stretches to a very certain degree. Which I think is a very weird decision personally, but yeah, there you go. Right, homeward bone at the ready. Just in case we need to make a daring escape of daring do. Which no doubt we will, when I eventually bugger this up. Victory or an insanity awaits. Yeah, I was trying to get an idea of how many shards I had already. We're likely to be able to upgrade my mace now, or I was going to have to wait. Apparently I chose just to go. I decided I'd got enough and just buggered off. Okay, that was an interesting option. Cowardly. Mostly, actually, looking back on it. Then again, I had no heals and... Yeah, okay, fair enough, I suppose, to myself.
'Tis good to see ye in good health. What needs smithing this day?
My mace. Always my mace. Big hammers, yo. He understands. Mace, 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 mace.
Pretty, I don't...
Rip, 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 rip. Ah, what a laugh we have. Now, did I want anything specific of you, or was I just browsing? No, I was just browsing. I think I was curious to see if she showed, she showed by the she showed.
Yet to give in, eh? Good. The firekeeper must be twitching with delight.
Wow.
What do you really know about these lords of Cinder? These supposed legends? Let's take Aldrich for one. A
Story time.
And proper cleric. Only he developed a habit of devouring men.
There's a joke in there. Can you find it?
Like a drowned pig, then softened into sludge. So they stuck him in the Cathedral of the Deep, and they made him a Lord of Cinder, not for virtue, but for might.
Well,
Such
the fire
a
doesn't care
lord, I suppose.
how good you were, just as long as you're good kindling.
Do we have a sodding chance?
Okay, I understand where you're coming from here, mate. These aren't people I'm likely to be able to reason with, is what you're saying. Not all of them, anyhow. People who linked to the fire weren't necessarily good people, but people who just had the strength to do so.
Well, now it's time I do my part, huh? Heavens, she was already dead.
Long dead by the look of it.
I'm not surprised, though. Almost a relief, really. You can keep the ring as, well, a little trinket of thanks, I suppose.
Cheers, buddy. I'll probably never ever use it, but I appreciate the sentiment. You got anything good on you? Starting Warriors set from Dark Souls 1, the Thief Mask, which I do actually quite like. More and more I seem to find myself gravitating towards certain armor sets and such, across all the games.
Goodbye, and stay safe. Oh, this place is a bore. What good is thievery if you've nowhere to go?
Indeed. I need to actually keep in mind what the criteria are for making sure he doesn't die in the final bit of his questline. I've only ever bothered to do it once. But since I am planning to at least try to make sure Sigurd joins us throughout the entirety of the storyline, I think that basically is it. All you really need to do to ensure that Grey Rat survives as well is make sure that Sigurd survives. Because part of Sigurd's storyline involves saving Grey Rat's ass, basically, I think. Again, I'm going to have to actually probably look this up rather than rely on my memory and or guessing. Seems like a better plan, really, doesn't it? Yeah. Hey, lady.
Welcome home, Ashen One.
4.
Speak thine heart's desire.
Ah, not this time.
Very well.
I still think that's got to be a glitch, that
Then
she just
touch
randomly
the
trips on the
darkness
stairs.
within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
That I will, that I will. Ha 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 ha. Keep leveling strength and dex. Or did I go for health in the end? No, I'm pretty sure I was leveling both concurrently. Or when I was beginning to think about raising my faith as well, wasn't I? Yes, I was. This is kind of the problem with what I'm doing here. This sort of quality faith build is a bit of an odd one, I'm not gonna lie. It means I'm going to end up in circumstances where... You've just noticed she actually chants in the background, doesn't she?
Farewell, Maid of
Next time I play, I'm going to have to remember to turn down background music and crank character voices. So I'd be curious to hear what she's chanting. Because last character I remember chanting during level up was the Maiden in Black, I want to say? She chants the whole soul of the mind, key to life's ether, soul of the lost, removed from its vessel, etc, etc. She chants all that while you're leveling up. I wonder what the Firekeeper chants. Be interesting to find out someday. But that day's not today. So, I'll see you in the next episode, folks. Bye-bye now.